The percentage of the world's freshwater resources located in Africa is estimated at 9%. River Nile, Niger, Congo, Zambezi, and Lake Victoria are part of some visible large water resources adorning the lengths and curves of beautiful Africa, serving the continent's 16% of the world's total population. A pride for the continent to host the largest global event on water, the 9th World Water Forum themed Water Security for Peace and Development, the first of the forum to hold in Africa.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you all to the 9th edition of the World Water Forum under the theme of Water Security for Peace and Development.
L'instant est important, il est solennel. Le Sénégal se réjouit particulièrement d'accueillir pour l'Afrique la réflexion globale sur cette thématique mondiale dans ce somptueux édifice. Merci également à tous ceux qui nous suivent en ce moment live, en direct à la télévision.
At the 9th World Water Forum, political and economic decision makers, multilateral institutions, academia, civil society, and the private sector from across the world gathered and discussed an integrated roadmap and action for water and sanitation.
I think the biggest challenge we're facing these days is that of sanitation, especially issues related to open defecation, and the fact that the Sustainable Development Goal 6.2 is so stringent compared to the Millennium Development Goals. The targets set and the conditions to be met are really, really stringent.
The ASPG can even be adapted outside confines of sanitation. Because what are we talking about? We're talking about regulation. We need regulation in an environment. We need regulation in schools. So you could borrow the elements, from the ASPG.
Various sessions, activities, and side events graced the 4-day World Water Forum. Some of them include meetings and side events held at the AFDB AMCOW Pavilion, like the stakeholder validation of Africa's youth, gender, and social inclusion strategy for the water and sanitation sector. AMCOW, UNICEF, WHO, WASMO 2021, and Joint Monitoring Program JMP report dissemination meetings, the ASPG Partners Coordination and Engagement Platform meeting, the special meeting with the UN to appoint a special envoy on water, the cocktail party, and many more. Across African countries, water means health and wealth. Water is agriculture. Water is security. Water is development. Water is transportation, and above all, water is life.
You see, plants don't need rain, they need water. Plants. So do fish. So it's important to appreciate the fact that water is more important than rain. Rain is a form of existence of water.
Water is one of the main elements at the heart of Africa's development and prosperity agenda. It is a priority for the African Union, underpinning the attainment of Agenda 2063.
Water is more important in our troubled world than gold or diamonds or oil. It's water that we need and creates peace amongst us when we share it together.
I just want to stress that it is indeed clear that the 17 global goals are interrelated, interdependent, and mutually reinforcing. However, Goal 6, which is safe water and adequate sanitation for all, is the central pillar to achieve many other goals. For instance, it underpins poverty reduction, which is SDG 1, food security, SDG 2, good health and well-being, SDG 3, economic growth, SDG 8, sustainable livelihoods, SDG 11, combating climate change, SDG 13, and healthy ecosystems, SDG 15.
Certainly, there couldn't have been a better forum to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the African Ministers' Council on Water, AMCOW, and special recognition of the founding members of the Pan-African Organization than this Global Water Forum, the 9th World Water Forum in Dakar, Senegal.
Distinguished Honorable Ministers, Excellencies here present, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 20th anniversary celebration of the African Ministers' Council on Water. My name is Comfort Kanshio, Sanitation and Hygiene Officer, AMCOW. Together with me is my colleague.
Moi, c'est Patrice Lemeni-Noutadieu. Je suis le responsable du programme de suivi et de rapportage du secteur de l'eau en Afrique, en abrégé WASMO.
Executive to welcome you here. I asked which occasion, they told me AMCOW. I said, I've never heard of AMCOW. Tell me what is it about? And they told me that it's the Council of Ministers of Water in Africa, the only Council of Ministers in the whole world. You don't find Council of Ministers of Water and Sanitation anywhere but Africa. I've just been told that about 10 minutes ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, we started out in all enthusiasm to celebrate 20 years of AMCOW. There are so many partners that we have, so many people that have contributed to the work that we do, and so many people with whom we would like to celebrate this occasion.
For most of the African countries present at the 9th World Water Forum, the 20th anniversary celebration of the African Ministers' Council on Water, AMCOW, is the high point.
I was one of the original membership of the African Ministers of Water who came up with the idea of an Africa Ministerial Council on Water because of our recognition at the time in 2002 in Abuja, Nigeria, of the importance of water and sanitation to the rest of human development, because it was recognized that some 80% of a human body is water itself. So I was in the original group of the founding fathers and mothers of the council.
About 20 years ago, Excellencies, the Abuja Ministerial Declaration on Water, a key to sustainable development in Africa, was endorsed in Abuja, Nigeria. With that declaration, AMCOW was established with the goal of achieving the Africa Water Vision 2025.
What did the founding leaders of AMCOW aim to achieve with this intergovernmental institution, and how has it evolved over the past 2 decades?
And the question was simply, should we not form a council of water so as to develop the shared and common vision for our continent, to exchange experiences, to assist each other, that Africa needed African solutions, and that Africa needed to stand together to speak to the world and our people above all about our needs.
AMCOW was established primarily to promote cooperation, security, social, economic development, and poverty eradication among member states through the effective management of the continent's water resources and provision of water supply services. AMCOW mission was to create a platform for providing political leadership, policy direction, and advocacy in the provision, use, and management of water resources for sustainable social and economic development.
The African Ministers' Council on Water, AMCOW, has seen 2 decades of pioneering and unprecedented collaboration of African countries to deliver political leadership, policy direction, and advocacy in the provision, use, and management of water resources. 20 years after the emergence of AMCOW in April 2002, how much has this organization achieved in a world so radically different from the one that birthed it 20 years ago?
Initiatives and underlaying AMCOW's flagship programs. Notable among these are 1. The Kigali Action Plan, to the Water Resources Management Priority Action Program.
I am so glad to note today that 20 years later, the Council has grown. It has several departments within it. Not only is there an addition of sanitation, which was not always the situation, but it has come to encompass issues of agriculture, issues of rural development, as well as issues of the environment. I recognize that there is a possibility that there are even other support departments, such as publicity. I don't know whether you represent publicity or you're just in, you see, it has grown, and it's very gratifying and satisfying to see that it has grown from strength to strength.
So on behalf of the African Development Bank, I really joined the rest of the delegates to congratulate African ministers responsible for water, the African Union, and indeed ourselves as the African Development Bank as a major supporter of the African Ministers' Council on Water for its 20th anniversary. So 2 decades ago, the African Union Economic Commission for Africa and the African Development Bank made efforts to prepare for the Africa Water Vision 2025, which was presented at the Second World Water Forum in 2000. So we realized then that this vision needed a platform for the mobilization of political will to see this vision into reality. That was the motivation to create the African Ministers' Council on Water that we now like to call AMCOW.
Like Africa's abundant surface water resources, studies also show that Africa is sitting on an even greater pool of groundwater resources. A huge potential for Africa's global greatness. A great potential for the future goals of AMCOW. Cheers to AMCOW at 20 years. Cheers to more wins ahead for the African continent.
On behalf of the Southern Africa region, it's a privilege to be part of this celebration to mark the 20th anniversary of the African Ministers' Council on Water.
It's really a pleasure to join AMCOW as to celebrate 20 years of existence in this 9th World Water Forum, which is being held here in Senegal. And I really want to thank Senegal for the good organization of this particular forum.
Allow me to appreciate all the member states for their contributions towards the activities of AMCOW.
I thank you most sincerely for this support, and I'm almost certain that this cooperation, collaboration, and support will continue well into the future. And I hope we'll be here 20 years hence to come and celebrate 40 years of AMCOW. Thank you very much, and congratulate also the institutions and organizations with whom we've signed MOUs this evening. And I promise you that AMCOW will stick to its obligations, will respect all its obligations under the MOU, much as we are confident that we will do the same. So thank you very much, and have a good evening.
To learn more about AMCOW, check out our storybook or visit our website at www.amcow-online.org or contact us via email using info@amcow-online.org. You can also find, engage with, and follow us on social media.